Check out the grim trailer. The series centers on notorious murderer Jeffrey Dahmer, who butchered 17 men, inviting them back to his home and butchering them, in some circumstances drilling holes into their heads in an attempt to turn them into zombies. His crimes also involved instances of necrophilia and cannibalism. One of Dahmer's neighbors, Glenda Cleveland, became suspicious of his behavior and actually tried to get the police involved. However, as is made clear in the series, she was never listened to and Dahmer was able to get away with his crimes for many years. But one aspect of her storyline will alter how you watch it going forward. While the show portrays Glenda living next door to the serial killer, that apparently wasn't the case at all. According to the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, a local paper to the area, she actually lived in a separate building to Dahmer. Glenda Cleveland apparently didn't live next door to Jeffrey Dahmer. Glenda sadly died back in 2010, but her daughter told the publication that she lived down the road from the murderer. One incident which did occur, though, was the tragic death of Konerak Sinthasomphone. Glenda called the police after her daughters spotted the 14-year-old coming out of Dahmer's apartment block, naked and covered in blood. When police arrived, however, Dahmer had managed to get back, telling the two officers, Balcerzak and Joseph P. Gabrish, that the teenager was his adult lover. In his story, the cops allowed Sinthasomphone to go back inside with Dahmer. Glenda contacted the police again after the incident, urging them to do something, but they dismissed her claims. Officer Balcerzak, who retired in 2017, later said, "She wasn't actually there. I felt that my first-hand knowledge was more informative than what she had heard from someone else." Sinthasomphone sadly became the killer's 13th victim. Glenda was later honored by the Common Council and County Board in Milwaukee for her actions. Glenda was ignored by the police. The suspicious neighbor is played by Niecy Nash in the series. Speaking about the role, she said she felt that Glenda's story deserved to be told. She told Q, "When you hear the different things that happen with regard to Jeffrey Dahmer and his victims. Glenda was one of his victims too and her story has been told the least." She added, "Heavy is the head that wears the crown to tell this story." To continue on, and on, and on in an effort to get someone to do something, she deserved way more than a little cheesy plaque at the bottom of a social hall somewhere. She deserved way more than the police step in front of her and say, "Look what we did. Look what we tried to do." And I want people to know we all know, or will be, or have been a Glenda Cleveland in this life, that's for sure.